Guys, welcome back to Box Football, and we're going to talk about England. We're going to talk about England's stars. Now, England's had a lot of stars. You got your Sakas, you got your Harry Kanes in there. But let's talk about two. Let's talk about Jude Bellingham and Phil Foden. Now, going into the Euros, yeah, England usually play three in the middle. One of them is definitely going to be Declan Rice, and Jude Bellingham seems to be another one there, and Phil Foden seems to be another one there. But obviously, Gareth Southgate wants is maybe Jordan Henderson or Calvin Phillips is going to play. It looks unlikely that Phil Foden and Jude Bellingham are going to play together. Now, if I had a choice, I would say, yeah, let them both play together with Declan Rice. I think if you had asked 100 England fans, 70 to 80% would say that's a midfield that they want. Will we get that midfield? I very much doubt so. I feel like
Right.
we may only get one of them. And the question is, Jack, who would you rather have in this England team starting and leading in that number 10 role? Jude Bellingham or Phil Foden? Jack, I'm going to let you start off.
In the number 10 role, or basically anywhere on the pitch, to me is the best player in the world right now, which is Jude Bellingham. Um, James, not to come out, really, really hot straight away, but I think a better comparison of who would you rather have is Foden and Cole Palmer. And I'd love to hear your thoughts on that. I don't know if that you think that's me being a bit harsh or not, but that would be my kind of two comparisons that I'd make. Jude Bellingham is in a completely different stratosphere than Phil Foden, as far as I'm concerned. And again, I think you know what I like and what I like to be proved when I'm kind of looking at a player and assessing a player. Did we see a kid do it at Birmingham City? Well, yeah. Did we see a kid do it at Borussia Dortmund? Well, yeah. Are we seeing a guy do it at the highest level at Real Madrid? Yeah. And again, it's not for me to be, particularly harsh or whatever. I think Phil Foden has a lot of talent and has some fantastic games at Manchester City. But I'll ask you, have you ever seen Phil Foden play for England where you've gone, wow, kind of thing? Because I would put my faith massively into Bellingham over Phil Foden because to me the Foden Palmer comparison is really really interesting because I think Cole Palmer does have a bit of individual brilliance or a bit about him so that he can put himself out there and do it. I still feel like I do a lot of the time with people in the Pep Guardiola system, the Man City system, that you've got a guy in that system who's doing very well in that system, but take him out of it, and what is he? What other principles can he rely on? Can he do it off his own back? Am I being too harsh, or what do you think? You tell me.
Um, no, because I kind of shared a similar thought, Jack, to you. As I said, if I had my way, I think both of them should be starting for England. Yeah, and
Sure.
like maybe it maybe two 8 roles or like 2 10 roles, just playing in the half space there. But who would I rather have leading this England team, especially offensively in that, like think about it, in that tackle role, Jack, to me is Jude Bellingham, and it's not even a debate. I'm trying to have that
Yeah.
debate because a lot of people are massive fans of Phil Foden. And the way Phil Foden has played this year, especially with a player like Kevin De Bruyne has been out for the majority of the season, Bernardo Silva been out, Phil Foden has really stepped into his own this year. But
Right.
the one thing that I look at when like I see the Jude Bellingham and Phil Foden comparison in like debate on a on ability, I think Phil Foden is better than Jude Bellingham. I think Phil Foden has more ability than Jude Bellingham in terms of you to just maybe no. Let me maybe let me take that back just a little. I think he looks nicer on the eye. The way he receives it on the half term, Jack, like his
Technical.
touch, the way like think about it, the
He's
way
a
he dribbles.
smaller.
Yeah,
Yeah. He's a smaller guy.
like he has that sort of diminutive figure like Messi,
Right.
Isco, Iniesta. The one thing that stands out with me, Jack, that takes Jude Bellingham way apart of Phil Foden is attitude, personality, and just that overall, I'm him. Like Jude, like think about it, like Jude Bellingham, we know the ability, Jack. But what stands him
Yeah.
out is Jack, he is 19 years of age, and the way he steps on a football field and puffs his chest out, Yeah, at every given moment, saying, "Give me that ball. I'm going to make something happen." I'm surrounded
Right.
by Galacticos. I'm surrounded by some of the greatest Real Madrid legends here. But I'm going to strip my stuff on that football field and show everybody I belong. I don't believe Phil Foden. Okay, as I said before, I was rudely interrupted.
Uh-huh.
Yeah, because I was on a roll there. I felt that one there. But I don't believe Phil Foden has that personality to him. Yeah, and like to me, the personality and like the arrogance probably stands out more than just your ability. Because I look at Cristiano Ronaldo and obviously incredible ability, but what stands him out is just his overall attitude, his ego, his personality. Want to step on the football field, and when I step on that football field, I'm him. I'm head and shoulders
Right.
above anybody on that football field. And Jude Bellingham gives me that and more. And that's the
What do you
biggest thing, Jack. When I watch him for England, if you watch the last few games for England, it's Jack, it's Jude Bellingham leading the way. It's Jude Bellingham picking the ball deep in his own half, driving, being 3, 4 players and making things happen. While Phil Foden is like, you have to almost give it to him while Jude Bellingham, he's taking the game from you. That's to me the big difference. But
That's a
go
good.
on.
So, James, in all honesty, as much as I think the Foden Bellingham debate, and I feel like I've set my stall out pretty clearly, I think it's Bellingham by quite a margin. I think a fairer comparison with Phil Foden is somebody like Cole Palmer. Like, I've seen Cole Palmer play for Chelsea so far this season in that very difficult situation, and you know how much I love environments and situations. But I've been very, very impressed with what I've seen from Cole Palmer. Now, I'm not saying that Foden shouldn't go and that Palmer should start or anything drastic like that, but I think it is a fairer comparison to make and a better conversation to be had because I think if you put Cole Palmer in that City situation, I don't know if the results are that different. But then I think if you put Foden in that Chelsea situation, I think the results might be quite different. I don't know if you have a thought on that, and that's a huge projection on me, by the way. I'm just putting it
Um,
out there.
I have a bit. I think that I don't think Cole Palmer could be able to do what Phil Foden has done for the City team. 'Cause I feel the pressure of just being able to play for the City team, being able to play for champions, Jack. You can't have a bad game because you're gonna get roasted. And the difference is that Cole Palmer can have a bad game, go under the radar, and no one will say anything. Yeah, but like when he plays well, everybody's there and everybody's putting up
He but
the thumbs up.
he's gone into that Chelsea team and it just is their best player. I don't know if you disagree with that or not, but I think he's the most relied upon, valuable player as part of that Chelsea team, or at
He,
least
he,
that's the way I
he,
see it. I don't know.
he, Jack, he has been good, but sometimes it's easy to stand around when like there's a lot of what around. But
Yeah, sure.
I think Foden kind of falls into that bracket because I think the Bellingham stuff is it's it's all right, but I think Bellingham to me is just head and shoulders. People may have a
So
different opinion there,
clear.
but I
Yeah.
think Bellingham's head and shoulders. He falls into that bracket of him, Madison, Palmer, and like the rest of them.
Right.
To me, I think he's ahead of all of them. And I kind of want to give him a bit more respect because he hasn't just been good for 1 or 2 seasons, Jack. This has been 4, 5, 6, 7 seasons where he's been good. Now, granted, in that time period, Jack, it's been here, there. He's times when he hasn't featured, times where he has featured. But I feel like he's done enough to separate himself from them overall. Now the debate that we're having with Bellingham, I feel he's probably done it a bit longer than Bellingham, but I think Bellingham has just been a lot more impressive than him. Now, right now, you're probably gonna have City fans going to absolutely roast me and tell me about that 2020, the 2021 run to the final or something like that when like he dominated Mbappe and Neymar and all that stuff there. But listen, he's been good. But the way Bellingham has come in and the way Bellingham is playing right now, yeah, I just think it's it's orange to apples. I don't know
Apples to
how that
oranges. Yeah, no, look, I
apples.
hear
Yeah,
you.
like apples to oranges. It's just not in the same ballpark for me. But England fans, you've heard what me and Jack had to say. The Bellingham debate to me and Jack, it's Bellingham. Yeah,
Easy.
this listen. Is it easy for you? Comment down below. And also, is it Cole Palmer, Phil Foden, James Madison? Listen,
Sprinkle
comment
that in
down
there.
below. Let us know what you think, guys. This is Box to Box Football. Like, share, and subscribe, and we'll see you next time.